Hello, welcome to another reaction. Just like last time, we are going to be going over some Zelda stuff. This time, more so main things we're going to be going over outside of just the out of the box stuff that we just went through. Even though Dragon Roost is pretty big, I'm going to go through two of my more favorite Overworld themes from the Zelda games.
Okay.
So the main theme, which tends to be part of the Overworld theme. The da 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 na 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 na. The main theme of Zelda.
Right.
Which was in the very first game in the Overworld theme. One of the 3 tracks that game had. So most Overworld themes are variants of that. In one way, shape, or form. Or at least keeping the same motifs as that Overworld did.
Makes sense.
And yeah, so that's what we're going to be going over today.
Okay.
The first one is from Twilight Princess, a Hyrule Field theme from Twilight Princess.
Okay. There's a lot of different instruments happening already. And this is the very start of this song.
Yeah, this is one of the first games that really focus, like one of the first Nintendo and one of the first Zelda games that really focused on an orchestral theming, opposed to using a lot more keyboards and computers and stuff. Using an actual orchestra in order to make the sound. So it's very genuine. But yeah, like what you said, you already have, if I go back 5 seconds. You already have you got the snare doing its rolls. You have a low string doing the rhythm, and then you have the flute or whatever's happening as the lead already just at the start. And that's just the start.
Right.
The rest of the orchestra kind of joins in.
Feeling it. Okay.
It is very dynamic theming.
Yeah.
But now we got the same lead, but now we have a lot more backing to it.
Yeah.
Adding a little bit more grandeur to the piece. Now this part, so how a lot of Koji Kondo's themes like to be, he tries to interweave event music with the whatever main music is happening in the background. So what we're about to pop in, which I'll go back 10 seconds so you can hear the transition of the main theme, and then what's going to start playing is when you get into a fight on in Hyrule Field, if you run into a monster or whatever. But it goes it smoothly transitions into that.
Okay, yeah, I can...
Yeah. So now it's a lot of minor chords and staying low.
And just that steady drum beat the whole time.
Yeah.
And then back at it.
And then back to the normal theme.
Okay.
Yeah. So whenever you get into a fight, that will layer it over, and then it'll go back to the main theme once you're, like wherever you were at, it'll go back to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Now instead of the flute, it's like...
Yeah, I'm feeling that.
But then downscale the flute just in the background to transition to the next part. It's really good composition.
Yeah. It's really good flowing sound, for sure. Now I'm really like grand part.
That too?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. I'll replay it so we can hear it. Just adding like the main theme in there. Back to that battle theme.
Yep.
But a different version of it.
Yeah, whatever instrument this is, or like however that sounds being made. Yeah.
You like the steady beat?
Yeah.
And then it loops.
That's really good because it's like it's fluid the whole time, even with adding in its own like little pizzazz, where needed. But it's still, I'm sure, like in gameplay, it feels totally natural. Also.
Oh yeah,
like
for
based
sure.
based on what you're doing. So yeah, like that's a really good, like, piece for what it's used for.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah. So it's the Hyrule theme. So it's like very, it's very good, like, grand travel, like adventuring music.
Yeah.
For sure. And again, there's like so much to this piece. Again, like what I said last time, they could have just had like a standard, calming piece that could have just bring you through. Like even Final Fantasy games, are very big on huge music set pieces, but even their overworld themes tend to be a lot more simpler. Where this is a whole ass, like, if you didn't know it was from a video game, you would just think like, oh man, this orchestra's like playing music.
Right.
Like it's a full piece that loops in with it in itself really well. Like if you hear like this, actually like the Zelda Symphony, like, obviously give it like a strict end, but stuff like this, like with how much focus there is on music with Zelda, that's why they even have a
Zelda orchestra.
Yeah, they have a Zelda orchestra, the Zelda Symphony, that travels and actually like plays shows.
Yeah.
Playing Zelda music, because it's not just normal, like it's not video game music that would just be almost exclusively background sound.
It's
like,
its own.
Like every piece has a lot of dedicated time. I'm not saying like some music, like having background music is bad when it's just like standard, but it, you know, going that extra mile for the music definitely adds to the game more than just having more so of a standardized music, I'd like to think.
Yeah.
And like nowadays you're seeing a lot more where composers are adding more to their music. But I don't know. I feel like Zelda and a lot of Japanese companies in general like to add a lot more to the music than some Western companies. Because there's plenty of games that have really good music, really good set pieces for a lot of grander moments. But I don't think a lot of companies pay attention to the stuff that you hear like all the time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like again, even with Final Fantasy has some of the best music, but like the Overworld themes are very good. Like my favorite Final Fantasy 9 has some fantastic music, but its Overworld theme is very standard. It's very good and does stand out, but it's nothing like this, you know?
Yeah. Right. Okay.
But yeah, so that's my take on that. Now we're going to one that I actually think is better.
Oh, look at him.
Yes. So this is from the remake of Link's Awakening. This is Talat Heights. This is not in Hyrule. The island is called Koholint. And we're not going to go through this game in stream. So like a quick rundown of story.
It's cute.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go through the 2019 release of this game. This is the remake.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want you to hear what it sounded like on the Game Boy Color.
Okay. This will be fun. Riding on the horse.
This is probably my favorite overworld theme of all Zelda.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. That violin.
Yeah.
That string. I'm liking it. Yeah. I can't do it with my hands because I have a cat, but...
Yeah. It's so dynamic.
Yeah, this is fun. Like,
Yeah. And like they could have done what they just did at the beginning again, but instead they changed up the instruments almost completely. Where the first part was like it was a lot of string, and then you had the percussion. This time it was the same song basically, but instead of using string, they used wind, and they used like a flute with that drumming. Even though it was the same piece, it was vastly different at the same time because of just the instrumentation of it.
okay, amping it up. Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah.
You said this is your favorite?
Of the overworld themes, yes.
Yeah. I can see that. Nice.
Like I like how they added like a little homage to the 8-bit theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little like bit tune in there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. See, like there, like most overworld themes would just repeat, like after like a minute ago, they probably would have repeated the same thing.
Yeah.
But this is still going.
Right. Amping it up.
Need more string.
Yeah.
See, like now I need to make a piece that does that.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
Yeah, which it'd be cool to actually have clickers, and I'm sure they're cheap, but I could just
Yeah.
like because like the next piece I'm working on is like what I've been telling you, like that desert theme, which I did use like those they're over here now, I think, those shaker, like those ball shakers I have, where like I don't know if you've seen it on TikTok of some people using them, but it's like two balls on a string, and they have like seeds in it, like maracas, but they're like two balls, so then you could like swing them and clack them while you're shaking them. So that's what I did for the piece. But like pieces like this kind of like makes me think of that, or like Grew the Valley theme. Like that's what made me think of using that for like a desert type theme. Now I've just realized a lot of the pieces I've been showing you have like the last video has the like a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the clicks.
That's just what you're into right now.
I guess. Now see, they went with a string, and then they went with like flutes, and then they went with like bigger brass. I think that was a trombone. I'm pretty sure it was a trombone. So like even again, like changing the instruments still add variety, even if it's the same piece of music. Even in the simple way, where like you would have like a lot of music likes to use like just like whatever rhythm you're gonna do and then add the lead, but you can even do that vice versa, where you do that and then you have the lead play by itself and then you add more behind it too.
Right.
Because like what instruments you add definitely change the piece a lot.
Right.
Even if you go through like the whole piece with like one type of like instrument setup and then you like throw in another one, like that, now that piece is completely different. It changes the vibe.
Yeah.
Music's so fickle and yet so like it's just cool too.
It's
like,
just cool.
Just like thinking of music theory is just cool. Like just like thinking of like picking the pieces apart on like why things work the way they do and what makes music great. And then it loops back around itself. Yeah, so
I really liked that.
That was Talat Heights from Link's Awakening.
Yeah, so like you said, like it's a lot of effort was put into that for sure.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that was so we had 3 different changes or 4. Like 3, right?
So when it comes to like instrumentation, about like 3.
Okay.
And,
yeah.
But even in between, like going through the main motif, you had like good bridges between those two.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. So yeah, that again, that's a lot. That's a lot of extra effort put into what is just an overworld theme, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like.
I can see why you would say that one's your favorite.
So this is on the original Game Boy hardware. So very chip-tuned, like 8-bit sound. So, but you can still they do what they can with the technology that they have. But I still think it's a really good piece.
Okay, so we still have that like. Yeah. It's so funny listening to it this way.
Yeah, after listening to like the orchestral version.
Yeah.
So now it's a handheld like this big in the 90s.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it still sounds good, though.
Yeah. And with the limited amount of space or a limited amount of sounds that they can make with the sound chip of the Game Boy, like, and this was the same with the NES, where you could only, there's only so much you could do with those sound chips, right? Where there's only a few tones that you could do, and you can't really even emulate any instrument per se. You're just working with pitches, right? But in the way they combine the pitches rhythmically still gives it that, I won't say necessarily the orchestral feel, but it's still giving you that little extra feel. Like when they like that bit where they could have just like kept with the lead, they went down to like more of a lower sound to bridge between the two pieces. And stuff like that. Just like once you would start going to SNES, you could start emulating certain types of sounds that other instruments would make, trying to make it more sound like whatever, like an orchestra or a rock band or whatever.
Yeah.
But like NES and especially like Game Boy, where like the original Game Boy was like fucking monochrome, and you only have like this, like the sound chip could only process 4 different sounds at a time.
Right.
Like they did a lot with what they had. So we're just going to listen to a little bit more of it.
I mean, yeah, considering like what it's from.
Yeah.
Like it does sound really good.
Yeah. And then the full version. Well, not full. The orchestral new version that we heard.
Right.
Is definitely. Now, the first time I heard the song, I didn't actually hear it from the original Link's Awakening. I heard it from Smash Brothers.
Oh, okay.
So there is a Smash Brothers version of it.
Oh, okay.
It's vastly different.
And you're like, hey, wait a minute. I know this song.
Like, this sounds really good.
I can understand why it's like sped up for Smash Bros. Like that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know it's a good song when you get 3 versions of it.
This is definitely. a very different version.
Yeah.
Because like,
well, like I said, I feel like for the context of it, I feel like this is like a good way of doing it.
yeah, because this version.
It's like we're really ramped up and we're just doing it all the time.
Yeah, instead of it being a full orchestral piece, it is a it has a lot, like, it does have orchestral elements, but it also has a lot of like synth in it too, making it almost like a hi-fi version of it, you know, like a rave version of it,
right,
opposed to an orchestral version.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that would be the Smash Brothers version of it.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
so
was...
because the Hyrule field theme is in Smash Brothers, but it's very hardly changed. It's basically the original version, like for the Twilight Princess one that we just heard, or the first thing that we heard. But yeah, so there is Twilight Princess and then Talat Heights, overworld themes.
I liked that, and that's just fun to see like how it progresses over time, like changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was fun. This one though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You like the Smash Brothers version? Very, very high octane.
Yeah.
So that was Hyrule Field from Twilight Princess and Talat Heights from Link's Awakening. Two of the, in my opinion, best overworld themes from Zelda. We will definitely be going through more Zelda in the future because Zelda does have a lot of good pieces. But yeah, I think I want to go to overworld. Like one of the first things to do was overworld themes because that is like the kind of like main thing that you connect to Zelda or to any game. That's gonna be the thing that you usually hear the most because that's always the spot that you go back to is the overworld. So I just want to show you like two, like more so favorite overworld themes.
More so 5.
So if you like this, video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from us, subscribe. And check if you want to check us out on my main channel. Links are down below, and you can also go to the Discord if you like. And till next time.